dying.
Ready? Hold on. Let's open it.
You look like a DJ. All right. What's up, lady and gents? Welcome to Besties, where the tea is hot and the laughs are even hotter. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Sean, and we're your favorite duo ready to spill, dish, and serve all the laughs.
Let's get into it.
All right. So, on this very first inaugural podcast episode,
So
we are going to just give a little introduction, talk about ourselves a little bit so everyone gets to know us on the other side. On the other side of the speaker or the headphones, that is, not on the other side. You know, that's maybe for a different episode.
Don't pass away.
Yeah. And then,
but we will leave you dead.
Yeah, literally. And then we'll talk a little bit about, you know, our friendship, where we came from, where we're at now, why we decided to do the podcast. And then we have a fun little activity to do toward the end of the podcast. So, Britt, do you want to take it and kick us off?
Sure. Are we going like one for one? Or am I going through all of my five?
Let's do one for one. I like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm 33, and even though I keep thinking I'm 34, I swear once you hit your 30s, it is downhill. But yeah. So
you heard it here first. It's already downhill. It's only the first episode. We're already downhill. I'm Sean. I'm 30. So, oh my gosh, wow, 30. I just did that to myself. I'm 31.
Okay, literally, I thought I was 34. You're like, I'm younger. I'm like,
wow. So yeah, 30 really is downhill. So yep, I'm 31. Just turned 31 in August. Woohoo.
Woohoo. That was our fact. Wow, we're really boring. Okay.
Well, no, we have 4 more.
You're right. Now you know our ages. So I currently live with my fiance. We got engaged last Thanksgiving. I'd like to think he picked that day because he's just so thankful for me. Not for the fact that I had anything to do that. We were at the Smoky Mountains, but
or like maybe it's an easy day to remember. You want to forget it.
Right. No, he's just really thankful. So
yeah, he set the mood. He was good. He did right by you for sure.
Yes. And just something about us that is a little taboo, and you guys can do with this what you will. He is 54, so there's a 21-year age gap.
Wow, we're just jumping right into it. I wasn't even gonna like get to the real personal heavy duty stuff here with me, but I guess we're getting into it.
Back to you, Sean.
Back to you. So, all right, well, while we're on that topic, yes, I am also married. Also married. Yikes.
You don't have a husband. I have a husband.
So I am married. I have been married for 5 years. This past year, been together with my significant other for almost 10 total. So yeah, we're just out here living life to the best of our ability.
Oh yeah, and another fact I just like to add on, this does not count, but we've been together 11 years. So
damn,
we got you beat there.
You heard it here first, folks. She beat me there. She beat me to
it. So on that same topic, we don't plan on having kids. He already has 2 of his own, but we do have a dog named Max, and he is so cute and so smart. And yeah, that is our topic.
He is. He's the cutest. Love Max. Love me some Max playtime whenever we
don't know a person that hates him. Can't find one.
How can you hate dogs? Honestly, dogs are like.
Well, some are a little ugly. So like you're like, oh,
they're like cute ugly.
Yeah, exactly. But
like I forget what that dog was. It was like Instagram famous, and it like had its tongue hanging out. She was like.
But honestly, same.
Got praise because she always had her tongue out and was like ugly, but people like thought she was adorable because she was ugly. All right, so yeah, I also have I have two dogs, and I have two cats as well. So I'm just over here raising a friendly little farm, over on my neck of the woods. um,
Farmer
and
Sean.
kids are still up in the air for us. We're just living day by day right now, honestly.
Love that. Are you just copying all of my answers and making them yours?
I mean, isn't that what we're doing? Like, we're just sharing fun facts. All right,
I,
let me think of something different. You go now. This is our
okay,
last one, right?
I have two more,
Okay.
but we can cut her loose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Gemini vegetarian. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, no, you go first.
I mean, I was just gonna talk about my job, but and what I do, but
Okay. No,
we
that's
can.
boring. We want to know something fun.
I can't think of that right now.
All
I'm
right.
not.
What about
So let's talk
something
about
about
us.
yeah,
So,
something about us.
okay, something really cool about us is, and just like pause me because I could go on, and your eyes are already big, like, bitch, shut up. Something really cool about us is my mom and his dad and mom went to the same school together, grade school, as did Sean and I. And Sean and I actually, and like, they both moved, like, your parents got married and they moved to
Yep.
Hubbardston.
Yep.
And we kind of stayed in Winchington, another town in Massachusetts. I'm like hitting the mic. And then we eventually moved to Hubbardston and on the same road as Sean. So that's pretty cool too. So we took the bus together and that's how we became friends in grade school. So that's a cool little.
Yeah, small world. So we really have known each other for majority of our lives, which hopefully will show in this podcast and show how close we are and how the random things just make us die laughing or, calling each other out on our shit as well. Um, but yeah, definitely have known each other for a long time. Another fun fact about us is we used to go to a lot of interesting events together. Those are all stories for another day, but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
some of the 90s kids on here will appreciate a lot of places we went. We would like bring our camcorder and video record what we were doing, because that's what you did in the 90s. We didn't have iPhones or tablets. For all these, 2000s, 2010 babies who may be listening to this. We had good old fashioned camcorders that we dragged around and videotaped us doing crazy stuff with our, like, I think the most megapixel camera I had was like 8 megapixels, and that was like the best thing around. And now our cameras have like way better, or our phones have way better cameras than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. We can deep dive into a lot of things. Like, enough
Oh
time
yeah,
has passed where we can care and share.
yes, for sure, lots of things.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, Sean is one of my, probably one of the only go to people that I call when I'm in a panic, happy, sad, mad. He listens, he offers advice. We get into these bits where we just go off on tangents, and then like 3 days later, meatballs a sausage, meatballs a sausage.
Yeah, we always, try to keep it light around here. You can be serious sometimes, but we always, will be talking back and forth. I Brittany is referring to me and my husband usually meal prep during the week just to, alleviate some stress during the week, make sure that we're good to go. He was making meatballs, and we're both on like a really big fitness kick right now, so we um, made like protein meatballs, just with like some extra stuff in there. And I was talking to Brittany about it, and she said, "Oh, I want that recipe. Ask for that recipe." So I asked, and he never sent it to her. So I
He's so.
started making the joke and just saying, "Oh, you want meatballs the sausage? Meatballs the sausage." Like a
Well,
little
no,
Italian woman.
it started with that filter on Snapchat with the cheetah headband. She has
Oh,
glasses and the
yes.
dangly earrings every time
Yes.
you move, and
Oh
you're
my God.
like an
I
old
love that.
Italian lady.
I love that. I am here for all the Snapchat filters, all the things that make you look absolutely crazy or different from what you are. I don't like the ones that make you look like a baby or you're like a object or something, but I love those ones that you put on a headband. I looked so sassy. And like the ones where you can like wear a crazy wig or whatever. Like I'm totally here for those. So yeah, you're right. That is what started it because I felt like I looked like a little Italian woman.
Yeah, you committed to the bit, and Bobby was
Yes,
proud.
exactly. I committed full force, so I had to finish it.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. I think this was a good little, intro to us. I think we're going to have a lot more information that's probably going to come out throughout the duration of this podcast, but I think it would be cool to I looked up this random question generator, and I think we should just go through some of these questions and talk about it. And then, um, you know, when we feel like it's a good time to stop or we digress, which I feel like may happen, we can, go from there. But I think we should just start with the questions.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into the meatballs and sausage of it
Let's
all.
get
Let's
into
get
it.
into it. All
No
right,
pasta.
Brittany, how long does it take you to form an opinion about a person?
Okay, I like thought I wasn't gonna have any answers to these, but this just came to me. Because Sean did send me these like what an hour ago, but I was like fiddling with my mic and breaking my table and coaster and everything in between. So how long does it take me to form an opinion about someone? Well, something about me is I overanalyze everything. So even if I immediately am like red flag, I'm like, but what trauma did they go through? They are like this for some reason. And then I know I can't just be like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I'm like constantly analyzing. It's a toxic trait, but I'm always diagnosing people with like everything.
Okay, so how long would you say it takes you to like form an opinion?
I mean, it's pretty quick. I can form it pretty quick. I mean, if I talk to them for like 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, okay. What about you?
I would say instant. I'm very good at or I think I am. I'm very much a reader. I
Yeah.
read people very early on and I feel like I have a pretty good sense early on if like someone is rubbing me the wrong way or if there's someone that I don't really want to associate myself with. Call me crazy or bitchy or whatever, but
No.
I very much am particular about who I surround myself with, when I surround myself with those people, because I always feel like too there is many different types of people that we hang out with, right? So like there's a type of person that we might hang out with to do some sort of physical activity, and then there's someone that we hang out with when we need to just like vent, and then there's someone we hang out with who like wants to watch a movie or just
Yeah.
hang out
Read
and
a
do nothing.
book.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
um so I think formulating those opinions early on is something that I usually do just because I try to like ultimately picture myself with that person. Like, can we have conversations? Can we relate to one another on different levels? Things like that.
Yeah. I think my headphones are on. I don't know. Ignore. I'm listening. No, I agree. I mean, some friends of mine I can only drink with, and like I've tried to open up to them on another level, and it's just not there.
Isn't that
They're,
so weird how that works with some people?
and it's hard because then again, I'm like analyzing, I'm like, well, I'm probably that to some people too. Maybe not like drinking, because I do my best to like, as I always tell you, keep my side of the street clean and like reach out and be like, hey, how are you? Like, how are things? Like, how, like, do check ins rather than like, let's party this weekend or like whatever.
Yeah.
So that was
It
actually a
takes
really
a
good.
level, there's a level of effort there. It takes a level of effort. You have to like give as much as you receive from that particular relationship. Yeah, for sure. I totally get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's scoot along to the.
Question number two.
Shawnee, what is
Yeah.
something that you find mildly annoying but not annoying enough to do anything about?
Oh my God. Hands down, chewing with your mouth open. Absolutely, absolutely cannot stand it. Annoyed by it. Close your fucking mouth. Stop chewing with your mouth open. Okay? Not even with like meals, but when people are chewing gum and they chew it like,
They like snap it.
yeah, or no, like snapping is fine, but they're like unconsciously like just like chewing with their mouth open with the gum in there. I can't. It's like food belongs in your mouth with your mouth closed. It doesn't, I don't need to see what you're eating. I don't need to hear what you're eating. Like whatever plant or animal that we're eating has probably gone through enough for me
Oh
to
my
like,
God.
I don't need to listen to it go through a whole nother part of its journey through your body. I literally cannot. But with that being said, I am not the person. I usually don't say anything. I'll just like let it slide, or like sometimes I'll give a look or whatever, but I am just, as much as it annoys me, I'm not the type of person to be like, "Hey, can you please, like shut up or chew with your mouth closed?" Like I'll just deal with it,
You
honestly.
chew like a cow.
Yeah, literally. Like I I always think of that scene from Miss Congeniality when he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you," with the half defecated cow in your mouth because she's chewing with her mouth so wide open, and he's like trying to whatever teach her to be a lady, and I don't know. I don't know if it was just like because it was so ingrained in me as a kid. Um, that like now I just can't stand it. But that is one thing that just absolutely annoys the living shit out of me. I cannot.
I heard you taste the food better if you do that.
Oh God. Well, taste it in the other room on your own in a locked door where no one else can hear you.
I'm dead.
Oh my gosh. So what about you, Brittany? What's one thing you find annoying but won't say anything about?
Oh, God, literally everything. I don't tell anyone anything and I'm always just walking around pissed the fuck off.
Perfect.
I don't know. I mean, I really should have studied these questions because,
Yeah, but somehow it's better when it's on the spot.
yeah, but I have nothing. So, next.
Perfect. Love it. All right. So, how difficult is it for you to try new things?
Wow, what a great question, Sean. um,
I'm good. I'm good.
no microphones were harmed in the production of this
Literally, that's exactly
podcast.
what it was.
Dude, literally, you saw mine. I was like holding it. I'm like, why is this happening?
For real. We need to just be like Lizzie McGuire and just start having like a headset on us and
This is
just
my dream.
exactly just be Paolo so we can.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be Paolo, but we could be Lizzie.
Slay. I already forgot the question, and I think you did that on purpose, just so
Okay,
that.
so the question is, how difficult is it for you to try new things?
Oh, right. And then I said, great question. So, normally my first 33 years of life up until, just recently, I'm really diving in. Look at me here with this podcast, just doing a full swan dive right on in. We brought this up, 2 weeks ago, and we're like, yep, microphone ordered. Yep, we're doing this. Yep.
Yes, but backstory to that is we both have been thinking about doing it for a really long time, and I
For
think it
everything in
just
my life.
yeah, I think it just finally meshed, and we were like, all right, let's do it. Let's rip the band-aid off and do it.
Right. And then I just started guitar lessons like a month ago and a Pilates class last Monday. So we're really just slaying doing new things right now. I am, oh my God, what is that? Is that Xena, the Slayer? No, that's Buffy the Vampire.
Yeah, that's Buffy.
But who's the Z one?
Xena was a warrior princess.
Okay, yes, but I'm
Yeah.
also with the dash of her. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
And
I love
Sean,
Xena.
and how do you feel about this question?
Well, so before I answer, I do want to say for all the listeners out there, I think Brittany gives herself a really hard time in terms of trying new things because she's always trying new things. Like she just said, a brief example of three different things she's trying. I think this
That's
is
just recently, though.
okay, but still, there are a lot of other things we've done in the course of our relationship in the 20 something years that we've known each other that you're always trying new things, trying on new, whether it's whatever outfits. And I know that that doesn't seem crazy, but for some people it
Oh
is.
wait, we didn't even give light to the fact that we're wearing footy pajamas. Speaking of
Yes.
wardrobe.
Yes, true. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's our first podcast. We are sporting our feety pajamas because we're just trying to show y'all that we're here and we're here to just have fun and relax and kick back in our comfy clothes. We're not trying to dress to impress right now, at least not for this specific podcast today.
Yeah, we'll do that another day. We're busy.
Yeah, right. But anyway, bringing it back. I think
Reel her
Brittany
in.
doesn't give herself enough credit. She tries new things all the time. Even if they don't necessarily end up successful, you're always trying new things, and that is very admirable. Um,
Thank you.
me, I'd say I I like to try new things, but I also think I'm such a naturally cautious person that I am always hesitant to like take the full leap. It's almost like when you're dipping your toes in the little experiment waters, but you're not like fully immersing yourself in them yet. Like a lot of times if I try something new, I have to like kind of tiptoe into it before I fully just engulf myself in whatever it is that we're doing. So this podcast honestly is the first thing that I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just try it, whatever. So, any listeners out there, be nice. It's our first one. And we're trying new things because you know what? It's good and it's healthy to try new things. And we're going to keep pushing out new things and new content every week. And hopefully, it resonates with some people somewhere around the world or whoever decides to subscribe to this podcast. So, yeah, that's my relationship with trying things new. I have to like dip my toes in it very slowly before I can completely just dive right in.
Such a thoughtful man, folks.
Oh, thanks. I try. I don't know. Like sometimes I wish I could be more fun, but
Oh,
um
I'm a fun sucker. Fun sucker.
but you know what? I think it's okay to be a fun sucker sometimes in certain situations because there are situations where they can't always be fun. Like we have to, someone's got to reel us in. So if it's us from
Yeah.
time to time,
Like pap
I'm cool with
smears
that.
and colonoscopies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I, for one, would not know what that's like.
well, colonoscopy me either, but I had an endoscopy, and if that's even how you
An
say that.
endoscopy.
Oh my god, why do I knew I didn't say it the
An
second it
endoscopy.
I knew the second it came out. I just really wanted to get to the part where I
Oh,
said it was the best sleep of my life.
I bet. I bet.
Oh wait, and time because I will mispronounce words and misuse
It's
words
what we're here
for
for.
the duration of the
We
podcast.
correct each other with love. That's what we're here for.
Thank God for that, folks. Number 4. Sean, what is the last thing you totally overreacted to?
Oh my gosh.
Here he goes.
Literally. I'm overreacting already. So I actually, a funny story, it actually happened today. It's actually happened like multiple times. When I have gone to the gym, uh, I have been told that I'm doing a specific workout wrong. And I overreact instantly because I'm so self competitive that I need to always do it right. And it's also a little bit of backstory. In college, I was a health promotion and wellness major. So I did a lot of fitness classes and things like that. So I was really, really good in college in terms of like knowing what to do, how my body reacts to different workouts, things like that. And obviously, throughout the course of my years getting older and just whatever, doing other things, I lost track of that. So I get really, really competitive with myself to make sure that I'm always like doing things correctly. And we we go to the gym every day, and at least for today, this particular situation, I've probably done this workout now over 2 dozen times, and I was told today, oh, you're doing it wrong. Your form is wrong. And I'm like, are you kidding? And they were like, no, no, like where are you feeling it? Are you feeling it in your triceps or are you feeling it in your back? And I'm literally thinking in my head, like process of elimination. I'm like, what sounds better? So I'm like, oh, my tries. I feel it in my tries for sure because I did. And he was like, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to feel it in your back. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So then I get on this whole tangent and I'm like, so I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Like this whole time, it's been wrong. I haven't been working out the right muscles. I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to. Like it took you 4 weeks to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. And he just looked at me and says, well, you haven't done it wrong every time. You're just doing it wrong today. And I was kind of like, all right, this is a humbling experience to know thyself and just know that whatever. Obviously, today I was off doing that particular motion. But yeah, those little things like I have found myself overreacting a little bit more than I should, but it's just because I'm way too competitive with myself.
Yeah, and give yourself some grace because you be looking damn good.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying. I really
Oh
am.
my
I gotta
God.
I gotta get into that healthier lifestyle and just start like doing it for me. That's
Yeah.
really what I need to
And next time he says you're doing it wrong, pop that booty out and say, "Is this wrong?"
do. Right? I've been working on this. Do you like this? Is
Does
this
this
something
look
wrong?
wrong?
Is there something wrong with this?
Do you feel this in your nether regions?
Yeah. Yeah, in the middle of the gym. Perfect.
Yeah. Why is
Love
that
it.
guy pitching a tent?
For real. What's he trying to work out?
Why has he got 60-pound weights hooked up to that thing?
Literally, literally. So, what is the last thing you overreacted to, Brittany?
I mean, it could be any day instance, I overreact probably 24/7. I can't really pinpoint it. It's just kind of
You're
daily.
like, I'm just always the sky is falling.
But I mean, it's true. I mean, I try to be better, but it's just like it takes over.
It's a struggle. We out here.
I'm a little bit of a dramatic little bitch.
We out here doing the best we can, really.
Yeah, I mean, probably setting up this fucking microphone, to be quite frank. When it
So
came off the
just so everybody knows for context, if you're listening and not watching, we, Brittany and I both bought microphones and she swore up and down that she would not buy the microphone with the arm because she was like, I'm just not going to do it. So I bought one that's like on a stand that sits on the ground. And
Yeah.
Brittany sends me a snap the other day and she goes, it's in. And I message her back and I say, I thought you weren't getting the one with the arm. And she just responds and says, it was the only one. So we're just going with it. So I'm like, okay, perfect.
I
And then,
looked
of course, we try to get it going. And what does she do? She hits the arm and it completely falls before we start the podcast.
I know, and Jeffrey manufactured this to the table too, so
Jeffrey is her man. It is not some random person that puts her mic stand back together.
no, he is. He is a man.
He's that, but he's many other things too.
Yeah. Yep. Shameless plug. Woodworking.teacher on TikTok. Follow,
Oh,
like,
look at
share,
you
subscribe.
plugging your man's. It is actually a very good channel.
Thank you to my mans.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him, and I learn a lot from his channel.
Don't we all? He's so
All
good
right.
at everything. Speaking of
Yes.
hobbies,
Yeah.
everything he
Okay.
touches, I'm like,
It is so true. Okay, this man is like, no matter what it is, he could try one thing, and he's super good at it. It's actually sometimes really annoying, but
no, so
he's
disheartening. It's like his dad was, is it Mufasa, and he's Simba, and he like held him up and he's like, everything the light touches is our kingdom, and like Jeffrey was like, all right, let's fucking go. He does it all, everything.
He's just one of a kind, that one.
Ah,
He's
yeah.
amazing.
We'll keep him. We'll keep him.
For real. All right, so I'm gonna skip the next question because I feel
You
like
don't want to talk about our penis size? Okay, fine. We won't.
that's not for the viewers yet. Just kidding. At all is what I meant. At all, like it's not for the viewers at all. As you all can tell, I'm still a little bit nervous. We're still like getting into our groove. We're still figuring out how this is gonna function and work for us. But another question that we have is, what is something you own that you have never used?
Ooh.
Which
Do you,
I actually loved this question because I feel like there are a lot of things that people buy nowadays that they don't use.
okay, but I'm just like a ding dong, and I went instantly to my seatbelt cutter and window breaker in my car.
Oh my
But
god.
that's a good thing.
That is, and you know what? That's so true because I have one of those and I've never used it.
I feel like I should have like came up with something better, but
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. No, that is true. So you heard it here first, folks. She has never had to cut a seatbelt and she's never had to break a window to get out.
nope, never.
The only other thing I was gonna say is I bought this like particular thing for my cricket to because I wanted to whatever like make sure I needed this item like it and it was literally honestly I can't even it's like a little spatula and it has like multiple uses and I swore up and down I need it I need it I need it I want it finally got it I have not touched that since. It's like in the little compartment that opens up in the Cricut
Yeah,
that like you can organize all your tools. I've used every
yeah,
single tool except for that one thing, which I find fascinating because I needed it so bad. And I remember distinctly like opening it, being so pumped that I had it, and I was like, I can't wait to do my next project and use this because I really need it. Like I was pumped. I've I've made like 4 or 5 projects since, and I've never used it.
that's really funny. How you're talking about that spatula is how I feel about my Cricut itself. F
Yeah.
that thing. F that thing. I was like, I need it. I want it, dude. If
You know what?
I ran one more vinyl thing that was on cut cardboard, I could, I just, I'm, did you check your settings? Yeah, all set. No, no, she didn't check her settings. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that thing hasn't been tossed out the window because I've come so close.
You know, we need to write this down as like maybe we do an episode on like what's the fad, like the latest fad, because I feel like cricket totally was in that era of there was like a period of time where everyone had one, or if you didn't have one, you needed one, or like you weren't cool. And now I cannot even tell you, Brittany, how many places I go to and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have a cricket? Like I do too. And how many responses are, yeah, I don't even use it. Like I have one,
Yeah,
but I don't even use it. And I'm
I
like,
use it. Yeah, I use it every so often, and I'm like happy I have it sometimes. But then I'm like, I wish I just didn't even use this thing.
I know. Yeah, but you know what? You do make really cool things. Like I've made shirts and stuff like that, but like you make a lot of really cool different stuff. Um so like I honestly wish I used mine as much as you use yours, but I just like haven't had enough of a need for it yet.
Well, I just hate learning when someone's not teaching me. I hate self-taught things.
Yeah.
So like
So
to have
self-guided tours aren't your thing.
no, not unless you want to run off a cliff.
Noted.
I'll lead you there. I think if we just take this shortcut.
We'll get right over there super quick.
Yep, just
Oh
follow.
my god, I love it. I love it. All
Okay.
right, next.
Next.
Lay it on me.
What's the way you find yourself procrastinating the most?
What how do I find myself procrastinating the most?
Yeah, I don't, you wrote this. What's the
Okay,
way?
so
Like
Yes.
what you're doing to procrastinate?
Yes, that
Scrolling,
is exactly what it is.
scrolling. Oh, okay.
So, um, ultimate procrastination tool, reality TV. I literally just cannot get enough of it. Um, Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, uh, all those. What the heck is it? Perfect Match. All those things. I'm like, lay it on me, whatever which way. I'm gonna watch every episode. I'm gonna do everything I can to watch this and not do what I'm supposed to do. That is like my ultimate procrastination strategy or technique. I used to, when I was a kid and had cable, I used to be crazy about the Kardashians. Like that was my vice.
Love. I still watch them.
Oh,
I still
I
do.
I wish I had Hulu so I could watch them
I
because
was gonna ask you if you had Hulu.
yeah,
Okay,
so
good. On
I saw the first two seasons um on Hulu, and then we lost Hulu. Um
Cousins.
yeah, literally. Well, it was funny because we were actually like hooked up to my sister-in-law's boyfriend's account and then
Oh,
they broke
I
up.
remember this. I remember.
Yeah.
Sad breakup.
So,
Sad
yeah, so
breakup.
we were like, "Oh, okay, I guess we don't have Hulu anymore," which is like fine. Like we milked it for a good like couple months after they broke up, but then I think he just realized and was like, "Yeah, no." So I did see the first couple, loved them. Like I'm still here for them. Any chance I get, I will watch them. But yeah, reality TV 150% is my like major tool of procrastination.
Okay, do you watch The Housewives?
No. Everyone keeps telling me about it, and I probably should, but
I'm
I
obsessed.
just, I
Also,
can't.
you have to get back Hulu because The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Is
Oh
that
my
what
gosh, yes, I've been seeing a ton of stuff about this.
it's? I watched
It
it twice.
sounds cray. Sounds cray cray.
I watched it twice. It's like the Real Housewives, but like our age almost.
Okay.
They're like I feel like they're anywhere from like 24 to like 33
Oh
ish. I
gosh.
think. But they're all like moms and have like 7 kids. That's an exaggeration. But they're all like moms and like they're fun moms.
Oh
Mom
my
talk.
gosh.
Gotta save mom.
We gotta do an episode on reality TV too, because there's like Selling Sunset, I could talk about that, Selling the
Yeah,
OC.
I don't watch any of the ones that you've seen. Like I just
Oh,
went to get my hair done yesterday, and she said Love Is Blind. I'm like, I know, everyone's saying it.
yeah.
I got it.
I have like watch parties with two other friends. Not we don't like watch together, but we'll watch the episodes and then we'll like
Oh,
debrief
who
after.
are you watching
Yeah.
with? Aaron and
It's usually Aaron and Kelly, yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we
That's
usually watch it and then we'll like text back and forth about it. And just like talk about our predictions or like what's happening or like who we hate, who we love. Um,
have you ever done that Netflix thing where you can like watch it together at the same time?
no. And you know
I
what? That was a thing for a while, but I thought that went away.
I don't know. I've never done it and I don't really know much about it, but I mean, I'm sure what you're doing is pretty close to the same thing, but
Yeah. I honestly like I almost went as far as like buying the stainless steel wine glasses. So as I watched it, I could feel like I was, really really in it, like I really put myself in it.
is that what they have?
Oh yeah, they have everything they use is stainless steel like wine glasses or liquor glasses. They don't have
So they can't
regular
smash
glasses.
it?
Huh?
Is that why? Is it just like a vibe or so they don't throw
I think
them?
it's so personally I I feel like I've read this somewhere. I think it's because they don't want to have to edit when people are drinking. They don't want to have to like edit the amount of the because obviously some scenes probably happen sooner or later than when they're
I
showing.
see.
So
That
rather than editing the liquor constantly or like the wine in their glass, they just use the
right.
stainless steel so you can't see it.
Right. So they're like talking about the same conversation as they piece it together, but like
Yes.
really like they put the end at the beginning to make it juicy.
Yes. Or like me, if I was involved in those conversations, I'd probably drink half of the bottle of wine before I even make it to the end of the conversation, and they don't want to have to edit that out.
They're like, he's a little drunky, but
Yeah.
we want to keep him on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like those trends going on right now in TikTok when it's like, I don't think I really like Love is Blind. And then it's like you have a whole a whole bottle of wine, and you're like, I'm really starting to like what was wine. Like, I feel like that's literally what it would be.
That's really, yeah. No, that's good.
All right, what about you, Britt? Procrastination.
Um, Gosh, the silence is real. I mean, TikTok, doom scrolling. I mean, I have a few things. I downloaded this game, or I was playing a different game. I'm not really like a game on my phone kind of person, but sometimes when I'm listening to books and I just want to sit there, I'll also do something because I have to be doing something. And like usually like I clean, but sometimes I'm like I just don't want to move. Um, so I was playing some game on my phone, and of course an ad came up, and it was like for Watermelon Merge. Have you ever played that game?
No.
My God, it's so addicting, and I think you have to hit two watermelons together to beat it. At least that's what a kid at Jeff's school told me, but I haven't done it. I got him to download it. He was like, we've been up at like 12:30 at night just like doing it, and
Oh my gosh.
I had deleted it, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna delete it too because it was just like consuming us. And I look over, and he's just like still playing like 4 days later, and I'm like, I deleted that. So then the next day, I had off. I was like, no, I'll download it again. I'll dabble in this.
Oh my gosh, you got sucked back in.
Yeah. So I actually haven't played that all today, which is quite surprising. But
Proud of you.
I also like the block games, like the puzzles that like it's
Okay.
almost like Tetris, but you have to like it's like a square and you have to fit everything in and erase the lines.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I
I'm
wish I
not a
could
big like
say
games on my phone person. I wish I was, but I
no, you don't. My neck is gonna be like,
I like I've literally but honestly that for me is like TikTok. Like I get so sucked into it. I swear that app is so deadly and I keep saying I need to just get rid of it, but there's too many funny things on there and I feel like now my algorithm is pretty
no,
updated that like it's
I
sending me
hate
a
you.
lot of stuff that I
Listen,
actually like to watch.
since my TikTok got hacked and I
Yeah.
had to start a new one, I built my For You page brick by brick. My algorithm was chef's kiss. And now it's all
Now
gone.
you got to
And like,
start all over.
yeah, it's like weird. I think I sent you like one of the little kid videos that were like, they like say something funny. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Now I'm just getting little kid videos. I'm like, ew, is this like weird? I'm like, why is my For You page like kids saying funny things like, yeah,
Because
it
I
was
sent
cute.
one video. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so I'm really just trying to build it back up. I'm still getting like a lot of comedians, which I really like. But
For
it's
anybody out there listening, just hands down right now on TikTok, the Spanish rugby TikTok, you need to just look at it, okay?
is it hot?
You will not regret it.
Oh my,
that TikTok is like addicting. Well, whatever, addicting in
so
some
you're really
way,
into
but
rugby. Tell me about the scoring. How did they
literally I
the
could not
point
tell you one
system?
thing about rugby, but I know what the locker room looks like after rugby matches. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, people should look up the Spanish rugby team on TikTok.
How
I
do you even
swear
find
you will not
that?
regret it.
How do you find that?
Oh, you just type it in. Type it in the search bar.
But
Spanish
what made
rugby.
you like how did you come across? Like it was just like one
I
video?
literally okay, so funny. I was watching TikTok one day and there was this guy that came up one of the videos, and he started off the video and just said, "Whoever runs the Spanish rugby TikTok, I would just like to say on behalf of myself and all the women out there, thank you. Thank you so much." So I was obviously so intrigued. So then I looked at his page and he was like reposting some of the Spanish rugby team. So I looked at it and then I was like, all right, I got to give these people a follow. So I've been following them ever since, and it was the best thing. He was right. Like, thank you. It's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Sweat, wet, gotta go on like a turbo jet.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do last question.
Okay.
Um, what's something that you never seem to get tired of doing?
Complaining for 400, Alex.
It's always a struggle with Brittany. She always struggle bussing.
Dude, my mom, when I was a kid, would be like, "You're not happy unless you're complaining." I'm like, "Well, at least you understand me."
I've never felt so seen in my life, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you. Just thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. What is something that you never seem to get tired of doing?
Yeah, what is
God.
it for you?
Honestly, singing in the shower. I still love singing in the shower, and
That's a
I
sl-
never get tired of doing that. I feel
and
like
you're
so
so
many.
good. You're my favorite
Okay.
Whitney Houston.
Okay. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that will come out at some point. You never know. But thank you. I appreciate it. Um, I think so many people, when you hit a certain age, I almost feel like it's like when you're out of your like high school or teenage years, you just like stop doing it. And I don't know. I love doing it. I did it all in college. Like it was a shared bathroom, obviously. I didn't
Oh
care.
God.
I turned the music on. I sang in the bathroom. Like
Get it, Sean.
I it literally just I don't know what it is, but like I can be super stressed, and if I go to take a shower, I'll depending on my mood, I just like thank God for Spotify because I just like queue up a bunch of bops of whatever I'm feeling in that particular
Yeah.
moment, and I just freaking belt it. Most of the time it's great now as an adult cuz I'm home alone, so I can literally just
Oh,
like
like Kevin would care.
well, yeah, I mean, he probably wouldn't care, but like it's so I don't know. I just love it. I think it's underrated. I think more people should do it, especially when you're like stressed or frustrated. I find it to be like a good stress relief, especially when I'm like pissed off and I need just a really good song to help me process or get through. I'll throw on this wicked, either
Give me your top
soulful or
three.
intense
Give me
bop.
your top three. Give me your top three that always make the cut.
Okay, so right now, uh, one one of them is Faith Hill because
Okay.
she's my girl. I love her. Um, I do love the song "Undo It" by Carrie Underwood.
Oh,
Honestly, anything by her is amazing, but "Undo It" is like the melody and just it's like so badass with the beat. I don't know. I love it, and it just talks about like whatever. I'm like, I want to undo what just happened. Like, I'm just gonna belt this out.
I'm
And then
gonna do it.
I've been loving "Die with a Smile"
What's
by
that?
it's by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. It's their new song.
Oh,
It's so good, and I'll literally just be belting out in the shower. Don't even care. Like it's so good. Oh, and the Faith Hill song is "There Will Come a Day" is the name of that song, and that one is like I love that for different reasons. There's a good beat, but that one she has like a whole choir join in at the end. So then when I'm singing in the shower, it
so
feels like I got a
cool.
whole choir behind me. And I feel
You're
so free, so alive.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's what I
Oh, I'm thumbs upping it again.
what I don't get tired of. You're thumbs upping again. I know it's so weird
It
that
came
it does
up,
that. Yeah, it's so
but
weird.
I wasn't at that time.
So, friends, it has come to that time where I think we're gonna, finish off our first podcast, partially because Brittany and I could go on for hours, and we're trying to keep this within said hour. And also, my battery is dying, so I want to make
Ooh,
sure that we close this out before um, whatever before my battery dies.
power.
Yeah, exactly, before I lose power. But a couple things that we want people to know about in this podcast. We are super excited to read off questions at the end of every podcast. We want to hear from you. So feel free to either ask questions on Spotify or whatever listening platform you're listening on. We also have an email as well, which will be in the title of our podcast, like logo, whatever in the description. It will be down there. Ask us anything. We would love to give you advice, whether it's poor advice, great advice. You take it.
Love advice.
Yeah, exactly. Take it however you want. Think of it as like an Ask Alice segment, where you can just be completely anonymous and we will give you our honest review, our honest
Like you're
feedback
one of
on.
our besties.
Yeah, exactly. We will spill the tea just like you are one of our besties. And we'll, hopefully give you some sort of solace in whatever it is that you're seeking. Brittany, is there anything else you think we should close out with for the podcast today?
Like and follow for more.
Yes, exactly. So that's a wrap, besties. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Stay fab, stay fierce.
Yep. Stay fierce and keep spilling the tea with us.
We'll catch you next time.